Hi, I'm Paris, and according to YouTube statistics, 80% of you are watching this video on a mobile device right now. In fact, that when they asked people if your house was on fire, you could grab just one thing to save, what would it be? Used to be the box of old photos, now it's the phone. People carefully choose the color of the phone, the case, they customize it to suit exactly who they are. But what if there's more than one you? What if in addition to your personal you, which is how most people set up their phones, what if there's a work you that needs access to emails and to send in documents and things to work? How do you do that when you have just one phone? What if there's a cooking you that manages an Instagram page and a Pinterest page? Will that all mix in with your stuff? Do you have to give up having your own personal accounts so you can run those business or other interests? Actually, no. So is the solution to go out and get 3 phones, or is there a way to get 3 phones in one?
Epic Review Guys.
This is my Nexus 6P, a great phone from Google, cost over $500, and I was very happy with it until I tried to set it up to use it as several phones in one. Instead, I had to go out and buy this phone. This is my OnePlus 3 phone, cost less than $400, but with one key difference from the Nexus 6P, it can run circles around it when it comes to using it with multiple users. Now, do you remember back when families would have one computer in the house for everyone to use, and little Billy wanted to have a Metallica background screensaver on it, and the mother couldn't stand that, so they ended up setting up multiple users on the computer. When you turn the computer on, you would see Mom and Dad and Billy and Susie, and you would click on the name. You could set it to have a password or not, but it would take you into your screen, customized how you liked it, with your documents not mixed in with other people, with your email that only checked your email. You can do something very similar with Android phones. Now, I don't know many people who share one phone for the whole family, though this would work for that as well. But in your phone, you can set up users, and though it'll default to one, it'll always come to your main account when you turn the phone on. It's very easy with a pull down and a tap to change to one of other, even several users. I happen to, on my OnePlus 3, have 4 users set up here. To set this up on your own phone, go into Apps, and then Settings, and then scroll down to where you see Users. And in Users on your phone, if you've never set this up, you'll probably just see your basic account, the one that's set up for your personal use, and then you may have Guest in there as well, but you can see the other accounts that I've added. To add an account, you click on Add User. As you can see for me, that's grayed out because 5 is all you can have, so I have maxed out this phone for users. Let me show you how you switch between them. From your home screen, pull down from the top with 2 fingers. Then tap up here in the corner where you see the little colored symbol. And your users will appear, and tap on the user account you want to go into. This one doesn't have any lock on it. I can just bring it up. It's to remind me this is my EpicReviewGuys account. And here, if I open up the email, go into the documents, go into any app, it opens with the account that's set for this particular user. So everything here is EpicReviewGuys. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, it already comes up logged in to those accounts, ready for you to use them. And when you're done with that particular side of you, just go back, pull down, and you're ready to go into another profile. You can set the profile to not let you or someone else write in. Instead of just swiping, you can tell it to enter the PIN code, or if your phone supports it, to require a thumb or fingerprint. Now, if you're saying, well, I can just go into Instagram and switch users, and that's true, most apps now have that. However, in Instagram, when I use it, I'll have it share it to other social media. And this is on my personal account, so I can switch this over to EpicReviewGuys to post, but then I would have to go and switch the other accounts anyway, otherwise it's going to share them onto my personal accounts, whatever it is I'm posting for EpicReviewGuys. And to answer why I needed a new phone to use this, even though I had a flagship Nexus 6P phone, it all has to do with the memory. You can see how much memory is currently being used, and that's for all of the profiles on the phone together. Now, this phone has 6 gigabytes of RAM. That's the immediate access memory. It's not the long-term storage memory where your photos or your games go when you're not using them. This is what you're currently using. This phone has 6 gigabytes, and it's currently using, for everything running on it right now, 3.2 gigabytes. The Nexus 6P has in total 3 gigabytes of memory. That's all it has to work with, so you can see why this system didn't work so well on this phone. Now you can certainly add an extra user to most Android phones. So long as you don't use it too intensively, I think you can probably manage those 2 users with the memory that most phones have. My first attempt at this was on an Asus Zenfone 2, and it had 3 gigabytes of memory, but I really maxed out the one extra profile I created, Facebook Messenger and Facebook and all kinds of apps, and it actually ran out of memory. Well, it got so close that the phone turned to molasses, and I looked and I had pretty much used up all the active memory on the phone just using one additional profile. And by profile, I mean user. I'm probably using those terms interchangeably. When I looked at phones in the past, I never really cared too much about how much RAM it had. So long as it was at least 2 gigabytes, well, it can run the stuff that I do. But what it couldn't do was run the stuff that I do again and again and again in each of those user profiles. Now you can set each user individually to be able to receive calls, receive texts, also to make calls and send texts out. Though the contact list may be different in each account, which has resulted in a little confusion. And this phone, the OnePlus 3, has 2 SIM card slots, which means this phone will work with 2 different phone numbers. Now I had hoped I could set it so the personal number would just ring in my personal profile, and the business number would ring if I was logged into Epic Review Guys or Rainy Day Dreamers. But you're only allowed to set one primary number for the whole phone. So no matter who's calling which number, they will all ring everywhere. I can, however, choose the number I want to call out from, so I can choose when I'm in the business profile to call from that business number. Now, the other thing that's kind of a downside with the different profiles is you won't get the notifications from, for example, my Epic Review Guys Instagram if someone direct messages me there, but I'm in my Paris TX account. I won't know that that came in. I won't be notified across the users, as it were. It's only when you log into that user, then you see the notifications for it. So if I'm in my Paris TX account with that email and Instagram, I'm not going to know what's going on with Epic Review Guys or Rainy Day Dreamers without switching over. So if you think you could take advantage of using your phone this way, give it a try on the phone that you have and see how it really does work. But be prepared to possibly have to get a phone with more RAM memory if you really want to use this and use it for a lot of things. If you decide you want to express yourself in multiple user ways, I really recommend the OnePlus 3. This has been a great phone and it's pretty affordable, especially considering I think it still is the phone with the most memory that you can buy, which is 6 gigabytes. And people laughed when they released a phone with 6 gigabytes of RAM saying, who's going to need that much memory? Well, it turns out I do. And even if you decide using these multiple users isn't something you need, you might want to, if you have an Android phone, at least go and take a look at the guest account. That's useful when someone asks to borrow your phone, because of course it's the ultimate sin when someone gives you their phone to actually open something else on it or to swipe through the photos or any of that. You don't have to worry about someone doing that if you put it in guest account mode when you hand them the phone, because they won't have access to anything that you use your phone for. It's its own user, which is completely clean and doesn't have anything in it. Find out more about my phone of choice, the OnePlus 3, at the link down below this video. Now, we had a giveaway last week for a toddler pillow that I said I would announce today. This cute little adorable pillow that was sent along with another pillow that I actually did a review of. So I picked one of the commenters underneath of that video, and I'm sending this out to Jonna Taylor, and I've replied to her comment on that video. So get in touch with me by email, paris@epicreviewguys.com, and I'll get this on its way to you. Seeing this pillow and the phones together make me think about the age we let Roxana get her first phone, and then the age we let Jimena get her first phone. And I'm just wondering how long it'll be before kids sleeping on a toddler pillow will have their own phone and be up at night playing games, and the parents will have to shout into their 3- and 4-year-old, turn the phone off and go to sleep. Well, we never sleep here on Epic Review Guys. We're always looking for cool new items to review. You can keep checking back for those, or you can click that subscribe button down below. You'll get notified when our videos go up. See you on the next review.
Epic